Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 5 and right now we are going to present our project with title Prediction of Vehicle Loan Default. For introduction, vehicles such as cars and light trucks are the most commonly held non-financial assets. In order to lower the risk of bad debts, banks are reported to have tightened up their loan application process. The problem statements for our project are the first one, to choose the suitable model that relates the significant variables and to determine the loan default. Number 2, to determine the criteria needed from the loan borrowers to know if they are eligible to make a loan or vice versa. And then the number 3, to overcome the number of bankruptcy cases that is increasing because of bad debts. The main objective in our project are the first one, to know the independent variables exist in datasets are significant to predict the target variable, whether the independent variables is important to show that the person is eligible or not to make a loan. Number 2, to identify the criteria needed from the loan borrowers to know if they are eligible to make a loan or vice versa. Number 3, to develop the best model of the three models that can predict the loan borrower's criteria based on the certain skills.
Firstly, our data is obtained from the Kaggle website. This data is contents of 200,155 records. We had identified one target variable, which is vehicle loan default, and 40 input variables. There are 4 types of level measurement that used in this database, which are binary, interval, nominal, and unary. Next, in the partition summary, it shows that the number of observations that contained in each dataset allocation displayed by the target value.
For data manipulation, these are the problems that are involved in the datasets, which are outliers, missing values, too many groups, and also invalid values. So, we just display several multiplot graphs that represent all the problems. For the first multiplot graph, we can see there are outliers in the asset cost variable. So, to overcome this problem, we use filter node to remove the outliers. After the modification, we can see there are no more outliers in the datasets for this variable. Next one, we can see there are missing values in the employment type variable at the range on the left side one. To overcome this problem, we use impute node to impute the class group mode into the missing values, which is self-employment. After the modification, we can see there are no more missing values in the datasets. The third one, we can see there are too many class groups in the performance CNS core description variable. To overcome this problem, we can use the replacement node to replace the class group with less class group, which are none, low, medium, and high. After the modification, we can see there are only 4 classes groups. Last one, we can see there are invalid values in primary current balance. To overcome this problem, we use replacement node and also impute node. Firstly, we use replacement node to replace the invalid values which are under range 0 with missing values. Then, we use impute node to impute the median into the missing values. After the modification, we can see there are no more invalid values in the datasets for this variable.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mishanina binti Nur Hazman and my student ID is 2019475902. Okay, today I will explain about data mining techniques, which is decision tree. A decision tree is a hierarchical set of rules that divide a large collection of records into the smaller group of the record. Decision tree are the most widely used directed data mining methods because they can apply to the wide range of problems and produce model that can explain how they work. Okay, Move on to the next slide, which is a decision tree process. As you can see from the diagram, it shows that data partition, nodes that links another five tree diagrams, node that call Gini, entropy, logword, chart, and chart. Between of the five of this model, DT chart is the best model. And we move on to the model comparison result on the decision tree, which is ROC chart. As you can see from the diagram, the RC chart shows that value of specificity, which is 0.57196, and sensitivity 0.733765 respectively. This shows that model line of chart is the furthest from the straight line compared to another model. Okay, the furthest of the model from the straight line indicates the model has the good performance. Therefore, the chart model has the best performance. Okay, based on the confusion metric, we can define accuracy, specificity, and sensitivity. Okay, based on the table above, chart model has the best performance since the accuracy of the value is the highest, which is 0.7824. From this table also, we can conclude chart model is better in predicting for positive outcome correctly. It has highest value of sensitivity, which is 0.00516, and chart model is better in predicting negative outcome correctly, and it has the higher value specificity, which is 0.9991. Okay, from the variance, I already calculated into the Excel. As you can see, we can find the gap between valid and trained. From the model description, we can find misclassification rate, average squared error, and ROC index. Okay, from that, we can identify the underfit model, overfit model, and best fit models. Okay, therefore, among the three models, DT chart is chosen as the overfit models since the highest value between valid and trained. After all the calculation has been made, we could say that best fit model is DT chart. There is no underfit models. Okay, move on to this decision tree diagram. As you can see from the diagram, this is the decision tree. We have defined the parent nodes, which is LTV. As you can see from the above, we can determine level depth is 6, child nodes is 40, and leaf nodes is 43. To the analysis of English rule. As you can see, English rule can be determined number of rule. Therefore, the number of rule in this report is 42. The profile is divided into two, which is y equal to 1 and y equal to 0. The description of the profile is shown as below. As you can see, we have concluded the name of target variable, which is 28. The number of rule is 42. The numbers of predicts rule to predict target equal to 1 is 2. The number of rules that not usable in predicting target equal to 1 is 0. And the size of training set is 120091. This is as you can see from the report, we have conclude the profile equal to 0 and the profile equal to 1. From the model scoring decision tree, we have chose three data, which is we have observation 1, observation 2, and observation 3. Okay, this is the 28 variables that has been shown and the details. Okay, as you can see from the observation 1, node 54 has been chosen, which is the predicted loan default equal to 0.71. From the above note, it shows that respondent is not eligible to make a loan. Okay, next move on to the observation 2. The node has been chosen is node 73. Predicted is loan default equal to 0, and which is the value is 0.80. From the notes, it shows that respondent is not eligible to make a loan. And the observation 3, predicted loan equal to 1 is 0.15. From the above, it shows that respondent is eligible to make a loan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello to Madam. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nur Aina Jo binti Mazli. My student number is 2019406418, and I am from 4M. Today, I would like to present to you about logistic regression. So, what is logistic regression? Logistic regression is the appropriate regression analysis to conduct when the dependent variable is binary. Like all regression analysis, the logistic regression is the predictive analysis. Logistic regression is used to describe the data and to explain the relationship between one dependent binary variable and one or more nominal, ordinal, interval, or ratio level independent variable. Thus, the logistic regression equation is P equals to 1 over 1 plus e to the power of negative log. On the left side, this is the process of the logistic regression based on the 7 models in the logistic regression model, which are logistic regression main interaction. Secondly, we have logistic regression interaction. Thirdly, we have logistic regression polynomial. Fourthly, we have logistic regression mainly plus interaction. 5, we have logistic regression main plus polynomial. 6, we have logistic regression interaction plus polynomial. And the last one, we have logistic regression main plus interaction plus polynomial. We connect all the model with the model comparison node in order to determine the best model between the 7 models. On the other hand, we have the ROC chart. Based on the ROC chart, there are 7 models used in the logistic regression, which are LR main, LR inter, LR poly, LR main inter, LR main poly, LR interpoly, and LR main interpoly. Since we could not find the best model due to the line, we could find the best model through the best fit calculation, which is the variance. This is the confusion metric for logistic regression. From the confusion metric, sensitivity, specificity, and accuracy are being calculated. Based on the table above, LR main inter model have the best overall performance since the accuracy value are the highest, which is 0.782111.811. From the table also, it can be concluded that LR main intermodel is the better in the predicting positive outcome correctly, as it has the highest value of sensitivity, which is 0.004933456, and LR main model is better in predicting negative outcome correctly, as it has the highest value of specificity, which is 0.999904223. Misclassification rate, average square error, mean square error, and ROC index are chosen to calculate the gap between valid and trained to identify the underfit, overfit, best fit of the model. Since there is no negative misclassification rate, no negative average square error, no negative mean square error, and no positive ROC index, then we could say that there is no underfit model. Among the 6 models, LR main interpoly is chosen as overfit model since it has the highest value between the trained and the valid. We also conclude that LR interpoly is the best fit model. Next is the multiple regression for logistic regression. First is the ROC chart. Based on the chart, there are 4 models used in the multiple regression, which are LR interpoly, LR IP forward, LR IP stepwise, and LR IP backward. Since we could not find the best model due to the line, we could use the best fit calculation to find the best model. We use the same step as before to calculate the specificity, sensitivity, and accuracy. From there, model LRIP backward is chosen as better in predicting positive outcome since it has the highest value of sensitivity, which is 0.001293909. Based on the table, the value of specificity for model LRIP forward and model LRIP stepwise are the same, which is 0.995301398. These 2 models have the higher ability to predicting negative outcome. The accuracy for all the models have the same value, which is 0.217725.819. However, since we calculate model LRIP stepwise as the best model, we choose LRIP stepwise as better in predicting negative outcome and better model performance. This is the model equation for the logistic regression. This equation is way too long because our best fit model is the LR main interpoly. For model scoring, we choose 5 observations from 5 respondents, which are respondent 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Based on the model scoring, it shows that the observation for respondent 1 has the probability more than 0.5, while respondent 2, 3, 4, and 5 have the probability less than 0.5. Therefore, y equals to 1 indicates that the respondent is eligible to make a loan, and y equal to 0 indicates that the respondent are not eligible to make a loan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Abrar bin Muhammad, and now I would like to explain one of the techniques that we use to find the prediction of vehicle loan default by using artificial neural network. Okay, what is artificial neural network? Neural network can be defined as an extension of standard regression model. To stimulate the biologist's interest in the working of nervous system, it is based on the attempt of the early growth of artificial neural network. Therefore, artificial neural network is able to generate and learn from data mimic. Now, I would like to explain the process involving in artificial neural network. As we can see here in the process flow, there are several types of artificial neural network models. The first one is AAN3, AAN5, AAN8, and AAN11. So all these models will be connected to the model comparison so we can find the best fit models. Each types of models have different number of nodes in the hidden layer. For the ROC charts, the furthest the model from the straight line indicates the model has the best performance. So therefore, here AAN8 has the best performance because it is the furthest from the straight line. Okay, for confusion matrix, there are sensitivity, specificity, and accuracy. For model AAN3 has the best overall performance since the accuracy value are the highest, which is 0.782336637. For AAN3 and also AAN8, the value of sensitivity is same, which is 0.00200780, which indicate it has the best predicting in the positive value. For AN5, it has the highest specificity, which is 0.999568891, which indicate it is good in predicting the negative value. Based on the table model comparison above, we need to determine the underfit, overfit, and the best fit models. So as we can see here, AAN8 has the highest value of valid mean square error and highest value of valid rocks index. And the average square error is the lowest, which indicates AAN8 has the best fit models. Okay, after referring to the model comparisons tables before, now we need to find the gap between valid and trained for all models to find the overall overfit models. Here, AAN11 is the overall overfit model because the value of miscalibration rate for valid and trained is the highest. The gap between mean square error for valid and trained also the highest, and the gap between valid and trained of average square error also the highest, and for the gap between valid and trained ROC index is the lowest. So it has been chosen for the overall overfit models. As we can refer here, there are no underfit models because there are no negative miscalibration rate, there are no negative average square error, and there are no positive ROC index. And AAN11 has been chosen as overall overfit models since it has the highest values between valid and trained, and the overall best fit model is AAN8. Okay, now for the number of weight used in artificial AAN8 models is 161, as shown as in the above output. For iterations chart, based on the iterations charts, the iterations is at a point 33, which is the last training iterations, and it means that the data is a good fit data. Here is the model's topology for AAN8. And here for the input layer, there are a total of 19 variables, which is significant. And in the hidden layer, there are total of 8 nodes, which is H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6, H7, and H8. And lastly, the output.
For the conclusion, the graph shows that The ROC graph shows that artificial neural network 8 is better than the other models because it has true positive value positive rate is higher and its false positive rate is lower at all cuts off. Artificial neural network 8 model area under the curve is bigger than the other models area under the curve. Next, the best model among the best model based on the variance of model validation of is artificial neural network 8. Model is chosen based on the minimum value of the validation result. It shows that artificial neural network 8 has the smallest valid value in mean square error and the average square error. Based, based on the Based on the confusion metric of artificial neural network 8 model, it shows this model is better in predicting negative outcome. It has the highest specificity value, which is 0.9993. The accuracy value of this model is 0.7821. Thus, this model can be predicted as the best model to predict the loan default.